How to install Oxygen OS 10 based on Android 10 from the OnePlus 7 Pro on your Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can install Oxygen OS 10 based on Android 10 from the OnePlus 7 Pro on your Redmi K20 Pro or the Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro. As you can see, I do have the Redmi K20 Pro running MIUI 11 Global Stable version 11.0.3.0 based on Android 10. What are the prerequisites for this video? The prerequisites for this video are you need to have an unlocked bootloader and you need to have TWRP recovery installed. How do you do that? I have separate videos for both of those which are linked in the description of the video. Next thing, make sure your device is charged at least 50 to 60%. Do not do this process if your battery is at 20 or 30%. Also, make sure you have a backup of all your pictures, videos, and anything important which you have on your device, because if you run into any encryption issues or any boot loops, then you will have to do a format data from TWRP recovery, in which case you are going to lose all your pictures, videos, and anything important which you have on your device. Another thing I would like to tell you is that my device right now is not encrypted. So if I go into settings and then I go into password and security and privacy, you will see that encryption and credentials says that my phone is not encrypted. I do personally recommend that if you flash a lot of custom ROMs, you decrypt your device. How do you do that? I have a separate video for that as well, which is again linked in the description of the video. What are the files which we need? All the files which we need to install Oxygen OS 10 based on Android 10 from the OnePlus 7 Pro on your Redmi K20 Pro are linked in the description of the video, and these are the files which you need. You need a macro file which is in zip format. We will have to extract this file. Then you need the OnePlus 7 Pro Oxygen OS 10 zip file. Then you need disable force encryption because our device is not encrypted, and you also need Magisk because we do need to root our Oxygen OS 10 build for the pop-up camera to work perfectly. Once we are in File Manager, just tap on the macros zip file and select Extract Files to and choose any folder. I'll just choose the download folder and then tap on Extract. It created a new folder. Inside this we have the file which we need, which is .mdr. Just ignore the Mac OS X folder in case you see it. Next thing we need to do is we'll go into settings and then we will go into password and security and remove password, fingerprint unlock, and face unlock. Once that is done, go back and then go into Mi account and remove your Mi account. Once that is done, go back, go into accounts and sync, and then remove your Google account as well. Once you've removed all the accounts and security measures, make sure you reboot your device once. Why are we removing all the accounts and security measures? We are doing this because we're going from stock MIUI to Oxygen OS 10 based on Android 10, and I don't want you to be locked out of your own device. In case you're running a custom ROM, in that case as well, I do recommend that you remove all the accounts and passwords just to be safe and not run into any issues later. Next thing we need to do is we need to boot our phone into TWRP recovery. For that, the first thing you need to do is turn your device off. Once you've turned your device off, you need to press and hold volume up and power button at the same time till you see the TWRP recovery boot logo. Once we have booted into TWRP recovery, we'll go into wipe, advanced wipe, and select Dalvik cache, system, vendor, and data. Once that is done, swipe to wipe. Once all the partitions have wiped successfully, click on the home button, go into install, and now you need to navigate to the folder where you have downloaded the Oxygen OS 10 ROM zip file for the Redmi K20 Pro. In case you downloaded the file on your phone directly, it will be in the download folder. All we need to do is select the file and then swipe to confirm flash. Once the file has flashed successfully, click on the home button, go into install, and now you need to flash the disable force encryption zip file. All you need to do is select the file and then swipe to confirm flash. Also make sure that it is actually patching some fstab file. As you can see over here, it is telling us that it is patching this specific fstab in vendor/etc. If you do not get a file which is being patched, that means it did not do anything. In that case, you'll have to go into mount, make sure that vendor is in fact mounted, and then flash disable force encryption again. Once that is done, all you need to do is select reboot and then select system. However, if you run into any encryption issues, you'll have to boot back into twerp recovery by pressing and holding volume up and power button at the same time till you see the twerp recovery boot logo. Then you'll go into wipe format data, type in yes, and then click on the check mark button on the bottom right of the keyboard. As I mentioned earlier, format data will result in wiping out of all your pictures, videos, and anything important which you have on your device. So make sure you have a backup of all those things. For now, we're going to skip that step, going to reboot and then select system. And bam, there it is. We do have the Oxygen OS boot animation on our Redmi K20 Pro. And as you can see, our camera also popped out. However, nothing to worry. We are going to fix this later or down the line in this video. The first boot up of Oxygen OS is going to take some time, so you have to be patient. Now, while it is booting into Oxygen OS, I would like to mention that if your camera motor starts making a weird noise, just press on it a little bit and it will stop making that noise. You do not want the motor to be running continuously while we fix the pop-up camera on this Oxygen OS 10 build. However, do not push it in too hard because that might break the camera as well. So, just a little tap like this and it should be absolutely fine. So now that we are on the setup screen, let me skip the initial setup real quick. However, face unlock works, so feel free to set it up. I am going to skip it for the purpose of this video. So we have successfully completed the initial setup. Click on allow to give permissions to the launcher, and now we can go into settings and about phone, and bam, here it is, OnePlus 7 Pro aka Redmi K20 Pro running Oxygen OS 10 based on Android 10, working like a boss on the Redmi K20 Pro. Now the next thing we need to do is fix this camera. So for that we do need root, so we need to turn our device off, and again, once your device has turned off, press and hold volume up and power button at the same time till you see the twerp recovery boot logo. Once you are in twerp recovery, all you need to do is go into install and then navigate to the folder where you have the Magisk zip file, select the file and then swipe the confirm flash. Once that is done, all you need to do is select reboot system. Once we have booted back into Oxygen OS, we can unlock our device. Now we need to go into settings and then go into hard settings. It will ask us for access to storage, location and phone. Make sure these three toggles are checked and then click on continue, and it is giving us a message about old version. Click on OK. For super user request, click on grant, and once that is done, you need to go into sensors and modules, automatic camera position. It will give you an introduction about macro droid. Just tap on the next arrow on the bottom right of the keyboard and eventually click on the check mark button. Then you need to go into export and import. Here you have two sections. On top you have export, in the bottom you have import. Make sure you click on the local storage button in the import section. It will ask for access to storage. Click on allow, and now you need to navigate to the folder where you have the macro or where we unzipped the file. So click on the three dot menu on the top right, show internal storage, three bar menu on the top left, OnePlus 7 Pro, go into download and then go into the macro folder, and here it is, the new macro folder. Select the file which we had extracted, and as you can see that we do have 10 macros imported, and the macro droid application does require access to accessibility. So click on OK. On the next screen, tap on macro droid, use service, make sure you enable the toggle, click on allow, the toggle is enabled, and now we can go back, click on OK, and over here as well it wants access to notification, so enable this, click on allow, then you can go back. And as you can see, macro droid also needs access to root, so click on grant. This is very necessary and very important step for the pop-up camera to go down. In case you do not get the pop-up for super user access for macro droid and the hard setting application, then you can do that explicitly by opening Magisk Manager, and then you can click on the three bar menu on the top left, go into super user and enable super user access for hard control and macro droid. At this point, all you need to do is reboot your device and that should fix the pop-up camera. So there it is, we have booted back into Oxygen OS, and as you can see, the pop-up camera went down on its own. What the macros have done is, as soon as you unlock your device, the pop-up camera will pop out, scan your face, and then it'll go back in. So let's have a look at the demo of the same. So here it is, the device is right now locked, and because AOD is working, it did try to scan for my face, but it didn't find it. However, as soon as I try to unlock my device, there it is, you can see that the pop-up camera came up, device unlocked, and it went back in. So again, whether you have your face set up or not, the camera is going to pop out every time. That is a drawback of this current port, but it is what it is. And before we leave, there is another thing which the macros have done. What they've done is, you can use your volume buttons to control the pop-up camera. So if I long press the volume up button, it's going to bring out the pop-up camera, and if I long press the volume down button, it's going to pop the pop-up camera back in. So there it is, peeps. That is how you install OxygenOS 10 based on Android 10 from the OnePlus 7 Pro on your Redmi K20 Pro. And that will do it for this video. Hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.